Good afternoon. We're at the infamous Ichi here in Port Macquarie. We're with the founders Matt and Momo and the valued customers Rikki and Jess. So welcome. Ichi here in Port Macquarie has to be the best Japanese in Port Macquarie, if not from all of New South Wales. And Jess and Rikki definitely agree on this. So they love the Karaage Chicken and the ice mochi. So Rikki, can you tell us what you love about these dishes here at Ichi?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the chicken, there's something beautiful, right, about like fried, crumbly chicken, yeah? The one thing I love about your Karaage chicken is that it's not oily at all. You bite into it and it's tender and it goes right in your mouth and you can chew it really easily, but you're not left with that silt on the ends of your fingers. That's what I love about it. And then you've got your little dip there.
Dip.
Everyone loves a dip.
How do you say dip in Japanese? Is there a particular name for this dip?
It's just mayo.
There you go. It's a fusion, a Japanese fusion here.
But Kewpie there, so that's big.
Oh yeah, yes. This has gone crazy. Everybody loves it.
It's going to be Kewpie.
And what about the iced mochi?
I've only ever tried mochi before once in my life, and it was yours, Mum. And I was very hesitant because I've heard the texture's a little strange, but honestly, biting into that and then expecting the ice cream to melt and it's still solid and creamy. There is zero ice through that. It is just like silk. And you know what? One is probably enough, but you can eat both of those very comfortably yourself.
After the Karaage chicken, into the ice mochi, a bit of green tea, or Jess, what are you drinking down there?
Momo's mojito.
Momo's mojito.
So refreshing, absolutely beautiful.
And what's in that, Momo?
So that is over there is called Bacardi, and then Cointreau, and then mojito like mix, and then little syrup. Another color rum, like a black rum.
Black rum.
Black
on the
rum.
top. That's people love it because they mix different tastes.
And that's the stinger right there, the rum.
Yeah,
The fresh mint.
And as we were saying, today is in Port Macquarie, 31st of August, and we're hitting 30 degrees. So, yeah, very refreshing on a day like today.
Perfect.
Are you both from Port Macquarie? Or yes? Jess, how long have you been here for?
Born and bred in Port Macquarie.
Born and bred. Yeah, there we go. And Rikki?
Jess grew here, I flew here when I was 6, so I always will call myself a local, and I firmly believe that. There is no place like Port Macquarie, no place like home.
There is no place like home. So, well, thank you for sharing your DVINE experience with the Karaage Chicken and Ice Mochi. Welcome, Matt and Momo, founders of Ichi here. Can you give us a brief history into the journey of Ichi and how long have you been here?
I just know it's infamous. You said infamous.
It is infamous, yes. Everybody I speak to, even our lovely cameraman Jerome was very excited about coming here today. So everybody knows Ichi.
Ichi started during COVID, actually.
Nothing like starting then.
Yeah, it was the first week of COVID that we got locked down in Port Macquarie. But we were lucky. We got the engine going at that time. We were allowed to do takeouts. And then when it came this time of year in sort of November, we got to open up and then we started to do the fresh fish, the sashimi, everything. So we kind of got lucky in a way where we could develop the team, develop who we were, and then we just built. So it's our 3rd year anniversary last week.
Well, congratulations. 3 years and starting in COVID like that. What a time to start.
Yeah, they say 3 years in a restaurant is a lifetime. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's a success right there and what we've just been through. And are you from Port Macquarie?
Obviously, Mom was not.
No. I didn't want to bring that up. Everybody's from somewhere, so yes.
Actually, Momo's hometown is a place called Hamamatsu.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Amamatsu?
Hama.
Hamamatsu.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
so
go.
Hama is beach and Matsu is pine. So I guess Pine Beach.
Oh, like Port Macquarie.
Yeah.
Pines, but with the gum trees and beach. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very similar. And so I guess the another famous person from Hamamatsu is Tetsuya.
Which we know very well from Sydney,
yeah,
Tetsuya's.
Yeah, so he's closed down last week for good, and then I guess we've hit our 3-year mark, and I guess we're officially open for a long time now.
Right.
So,
Yes.
So
He's handed the baton.
yeah, he probably has handed the baton. Yeah. So the idea behind Ichi is Mom always wanted to have authentic Japanese food, because we would go out and be like, did you like it? She's like, So it's sort of looking for something really that people would want to eat and go to eat. So, and we've pretty much carved out a little corner here, and probably more happy that it's locals who enjoy it, and then actually more infamous is because we love how locals can brag about it too. Like it's sort of there's bragging rights, right, for what you've got in your own town.
That's right.
And Sydney people often are surprised by what's here when they come up for holidays and things. And I guess Rikki and Jess can say, well, yeah, what, you think you're any different? Like, you know, like we have the same quality here as you do down there.
Exactly.
So it's probably more
Brought
important.
that to Port Macquarie, definitely. And Momo, your background in chefing, where did that start?
So after high school, I went to chef school. Then from then, I have 3 kids, so middle time is I'm not doing chefing, but come back chef now again. Then now being 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And traditionally trained in Japan, or
Going to school first, then going to traditional kitchen, then that's the start with.
wow. Okay, 20 years and 3 kids.
Yes.
3 kids in between that. Well,
So
testament
that's
to
big
you.
gap
Yeah. And can you give us a little insight into the dishes that you have here and the produce that you use?
So produce use is we always wanna try to like this herb, Japanese herb called shiso, or those stuff is from local. So you try like a Japanese herb, but here is growing. Those stuff we wanna always find out, then using, then introduce people to here.
Yeah. So local produce
Yeah.
into. And Matt, what about the seafood that you have here?
Yeah, so we're always pretty particular about the seafood that it's the fish John West reject, right? So, like today, for example, we probably won't have as much tuna or maybe some kingfish because it's not running. So we're not going to just put it out because we don't have it. Like we don't have the best quality. So we're not just going to serve it because we have to.
Yeah.
But sometimes we get lucky. Leather jacket recently has been very popular for us because Junior, who's actually from a famous place called Tsukiji. He worked at the old fish market in Tokyo. So when he sees the fish straight away, he's like, no.
Right. So does he go to the markets to purchase the fish, or?
He sometimes takes a look at it. So he'll see it when it comes in. He'll talk to the fishmonger when they come in daily and have a bit of conversation about that as well. So yeah, it's not just, and people get surprised, like, why don't you have tuna? It's on the menu. I'm like, well, we do have it on the menu. We get it every now. We get it normally. We have it, but today is the fishermen didn't catch as much tuna as they could. So it's just the fact.
Seasoning.
Yeah, and it's that regionality that I think we want to start to develop as a town. You know, we want to bring back. We'd love to have a bigger co-op here, so we want to push for those sorts of things.
Definitely big co-op, something that we are lacking here in Port Macquarie, being that close to the water was something that I just thought would be here.
It
but
used to be.
It used to
We
be.
used to have Port Macquarie Co-op down there,
And we lost that.
Yeah, we lost that, and you're right. We have such beautiful fresh seafood, but if you can't get your hands on it, you can't get your hands on it, right?
Yeah.
So,
There's your next business idea, because you not only have Ichi, you also have Dus Garden. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Du Garden.
Yeah.
Can you give us an insight into that as well? Because we often go to Du Garden.
Du Garden complements the winery out at Castle, so that's the idea is to keep promoting the style of food and the produce we have in the region and in Port Macquarie.
Yeah, definitely. The produce is fantastic. Ichi, Du Garden, Fish Co-op next. That's what we'll be bringing in.
sky's the limit.
Sky is the limit here. And can you give us some ideas around what other things you have on the menu currently? What are your most popular dishes?
So lots of people order like share plate, like more like this size or just karaage size. Like, like if two people order 4 or 5 dishes together, then share, not like a big main, because you want to taste different flavor.
I know us these two.
Yeah, I know. What is your most
Nail on the head.
favourite?
Well, that's exactly what my husband and I, when we come here, that's exactly what we do. We love the oysters.
Yeah.
I love that it's just not your usual Mornay or Kilpatrick. There's ginger and citrus and all these other flavours in their oysters. I love that. I also had some, you'll have to tell me what they were. I had some fries that were vegetables and you dipped it in yogurt.
Oh, the lotus fruit chips?
No, yes.
Yeah.
Dipped it in tofu.
Yeah.
And I've never had anything like that before ever, and that was sensational.
So can you explain what that was?
Lotus fruit, so that's a nod to me. So I was for a while there, I was a lotus fruit farmer in Japan before we left. So it's a very, like the size of football fields in mud, and they, lotus grows in mud, and they're quite large, the size of the table. And in winter you harvest them, so I had to wear a dry suit, not a wetsuit. And then you're outside in the freezing cold and in the mud, and you harvest these lotus. So when we found a supplier, and there's some around here, actually in Comboyne there's some lotus as well, that I said we have to have lotus on the menu somehow. And okay, how about the chips? And I'm like, okay, that's
sensational,
good.
thinly sliced, and they're crispy, and then tofu dip that had a bit of, I think, cream cheese in it. Momo had to talk me through it.
Oh my gosh!
And then honestly, love it first dip.
Love it first dip. I do love that.
Yeah.
And what else? Any desserts on there besides the smart shit?
No,
No, that
it's a
you can't go
go-to, I'm
past
sorry,
that.
but it's a go-to. Yeah, the mochi's a go-to. And honestly, everyone laughed at me when I asked for a green tea instead of a lovely mojito like Jess had. But I could drink this with absolutely everything. And did you know I never used to drink green tea until we came here for my 41st birthday, and I had green tea with everything. And I am proud to say that I am now a green tea drinker in my home.
Oh.
See, infamous Ichi for green tea, food, lotus flowers. Wonderful. So is there anything next? Have you got anything in the wind there that's you're planning on food-wise that you haven't done before? Or you just doing what you already do very well?
Yeah, just more like try to in Ichi to developing new more menu, then try to show show people to try different flavor, then have the feedback. That's one thing we're gonna try.
Yeah. I think there's probably been a big awareness campaign around how good Japanese is in Port Macquarie. I'm sure there's a few hesitant people, like you said, sort of thought, Tetsuya's in Sydney, what's Japanese in Port Macquarie, and you've definitely flipped that lid and shown people how good.
Authenticity. I think in Port Macquarie, I remember when we got our first sushi. And everyone was like,
such a big
whoa,
deal.
we have sushi. And I lived in Sydney for about 20 years, and I was introduced to what authentic Japanese food was, and we were really lacking the Japanese flavours and freshness. And you're a godsend.
There you go.
The menu's more about like a core. Like this is the core sort of wholesome food that Momo would want to have if we went out, but also when you have it's sort of inspired by local food as well. So there's a couple of local dishes on there from Shizuoka, from Hamamatsu, and then this is the kind of core food evolves around the share plates. But when people come, like when locals come, they know what they want. Like and we're kid friendly as well, so family friendly, and the kids come for the Karaage chicken. Gyoza, it's got to be a gyoza. It's got to be. They know what they want. So little parents are happy as well. They know the kids come eat something, which is great.
Eat something, not chicken nuggets. Which is like most places. And we are in a very family-friendly tourist spot as well. So being able to have the whole family fed under one roof, that's really important. So
it's good.
Definitely filling that hole.
We do try specials every now and then. Like I said, we bring on the leather jacket this week, and we tried some oden, which is a Japanese like fish cake soup. So the specials come out, and then I'll give the regulars something. Here, try this, and like he'd be hitting me, so he'd be like, I love it, I don't like it, and that's fine. That's what we want.
Exactly. And that's all creativity. That's part of the trade of being a chef, right? Do you cook at home? Oh.
Once opened, like 3 years ago, I totally difference cooking at home. I'm tired. I don't want to cook anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
But now is always at home, going back kitchen, gonna do something because I cooking Japanese food here, but I wanna eat something else. So just going back kitchen always.
Yeah.
And drink sake?
Yes.
Yeah. At home while you're cooking?
I'm lucky, yeah. I get it,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
But it's more like a HelloFresh for me too. It's like, okay, what do I do first, second, third? And
You've
everything's
got the
ready.
instructions.
Yeah,
it's all
yeah, yeah.
prep
It's all prep.
and then you
That's
have
it.
to just put it together.
It's in the fridge, it's in there. Okay, good.
And what a great experience for your children to be brought up with that food, that culture as well.
Yeah.
So they're pretty lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, they
And I
will.
think going back for family too, like kids' friends, they come in, try the new flavor because they never had Japanese food before, but they could just come try. They love it. So little by little, people or kids love, then they grow. So
Yeah, especially here in Port Macquarie, I think it's been a really great integration of culture.
And a lot of people import surf and ski,
Yes.
that sort of surf
Yes,
ski.
that's
so
right.
a lot of them come to us, oh, we're going to Japan. I'm like, that's good. Lucky you. All right.
We've been there as well.
I want to do is I want to go too.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay here and feed you. And
That's
stuff.
right,
So,
yeah.
like, Momo especially gets thanks for making me more homesick. But that's all right.
Exactly. And do
Yeah.
you get homesick?
not like food is sometimes because of lots of ingredients we can get here. That will make me homesick too.
Yeah.
And then
Yes,
another thing is a hot spring in onsen in Japan.
Oh.
That's really make me homesick.
Can you do one of those here as well? Because I'd love a hot spring.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, and it was there's another business
It's coming.
for you.
Don't,
Yeah, it's
coming.
coming. Out the back. Well, I thank you both for your time today and for bringing the best Japanese to the Mid-North Coast. And thank you, ladies, for your time in sharing your experience with the infamous Ichi. We will be back soon. Thank you again.